GM, everybody. Welcome to what's going to be another great DevNTell. So if you didn't know, DevNTell is a 30-minute podcast held by the Developer DAO for people to come on to showcase their projects. Could be a new company you started up, we can't hack. Essentially, if you got a passion for something or built something really cool, DevNTell is the place for you to showcase that. And today I'm excited to welcome Sudesh, who is a developer relations engineer at Push Protocol. If you didn't know, Push Protocol is a Web3 native communication protocol that enables cross-chain notifications and messaging, group chat, video, and more for dApps, wallets, and services. So if you stick around for today's show, you'll learn all about Push Protocol and how you can add native messaging and notification support to your dApp. But before we get into the show, just a brief word from our sponsors. Today's episode of DevNTell is brought to you by Consensus 2024 by CoinDesk. Consensus is the largest and most established global hub for all things crypto, blockchain, and Web3. Get your $299 developer pass today to connect with the industry's largest concentration of blockchain builders, learn directly from top chains and protocols, as well as join the IRL Easy A Hackathon. Use the link in the description below to grab your ticket today, and for the first 30 people to register, you can save 20% with the code DEVDAO. That's DEVDAO. Now to today's episode. Hey, GM. Welcome to the show, Sudesh. Happy to have you on, man.
GM, now happy to be here. Super excited for this workshop.
Yeah, likewise, man. I mean, Web3 messaging, it's a big thing. I don't think a lot of people realize how fundamental it's going to be going forward in the future, especially for mass adoption and the eventual user-facing apps that people are going to be able to build and have built now. But before we get into that, would you like to give a brief introduction about yourself, just in case people aren't familiar?
Sure. Myself, Sidesh. I work as a developer relations engineer at Push Protocol. Been in the space for quite over like 3.5 years. I'm basically a serial hacker. Experimenting on a bunch of stuff, doing a lot of hackathons and stuff. And I also have to credit that I've been a great fan of Developer DAO. People from Developer DAO and everyone. Awesome devs that I've been look up to sometimes. These devs are amazing. So it's a great honor for me to be here today. A part of DevNTell, a podcast. Super excited. Thanks for having me here now.
Yeah, my pleasure, Sudesh. Yeah, and it's a pleasure to have you on. And I share the same sentiment. A lot of the greats in Web3 have made their way through Developer DAO one point or another. So I feel you on that. I guess what brought you to Push Protocol? I guess you'll get into it a little bit around what Push Protocol is all about. But yeah, just interested in what brought you to them.
Yeah. That's kind of an exciting point for me. I kind of started, as a community contributor, not in terms of tech, but as a lot of community contribution in terms of content and a lot of other stuff in the Web3 space in the last 2.5 years, even before that. And that's how I started contributing to Push as a community contributor. I'll be doing a lot of hackathons. I'll be writing some example projects and stuff like that. At one point, I met the founders, in ETH India, which is the ETH Global Hackathon for India, and I kind of expressed my, will to join the company and contribute even more. Just not being a community member and just contributing to a broader vision of the Push Protocols team. That's how I got into Push, and everything has been a great run from that point, and we have been building really good products, and too much. Many things are coming up from Push Protocol's team side as well. But yeah, this is my quick intro how I got into Push Protocol.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it seems your story is shared among many other folks who have begun their journeys into Web3. Just
Right.
began with an interest in a given product or protocol, doing some write-ups and examples, and then meeting the founders at a conference and taking it from there. That's awesome to hear, man.
I think that's how Web3 functions, right?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
company, right?
exactly. Exactly. Well, that's great to hear. I'm really excited to learn more about push protocol here. So if you don't mind, let's get going with the content.
Awesome, awesome. Let me quickly share my screen.
Certainly.
You can write.
And while we're getting the content up here, gang, if you have any questions for Sadesh, please post them as a comment, and we will get to them as we progress in the show. But let me get your screen on. There you go.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I think my screen should be visible now.
Yep.
Cool,
Yep. You're
cool.
good.
Awesome. So for those people that haven't come across push protocol before, push protocol is basically the communications middleware of Web3. We basically build communication tools that are 100% or most importantly required by dApp builders and other projects that are in Web3 space. I'll tell you why and why these things are very important and what are lacking and what we are trying to solve here. But today I'm going to talk about powering Web3 with native push notifications and communication suite. We offer four products, which is notifications, chat, and video calls, and as well as spaces. I'll dive deep into each one of them as I proceed. But yeah, so I'll quickly start with push notifications. And if you have been in crypto for like maybe few 3 or 4 years back, and you might have noticed, when you start using an app for the first time, you'll be like, okay, I'm kind of going to make a swap in Uniswap, or maybe let's say I'm not now a good dev. I mean, I'm now a good Web3 user. Now I'm gonna just go take some loans from Aave, or maybe let's say I'm gonna deposit some money into Aave, or maybe buy an ENS name. Now you will know that none of these applications have interconnectivity, or maybe there's no way of letting the users know that something has happened in the product that might be important for the user. So that's like a very big thing, right? For example, if you have, today you might be getting 100 notifications, and the first thing that you do when you wake up would be like checking your phone and then seeing, okay, I got this notification, I got this email. Just it might be something important, and that's how you basically started it. That's how I start my day. But in Web3, that is a big missing piece, which is not taken count in most cases. It's just like people don't give enough weightage. But it's like, say your ENS name is expiring someday in the next month, but you don't know because you bought it 2 years back, and you don't know exactly when it's expiring. Once it expires, there's a bunch of complications for you to go ahead and register it again, or someone, what if someone goes and registers before yourself? These are some important problems, right? I think, like, in terms of finance, in terms of other use cases, like even for example, there's a lens protocol, and you want to be notified when there's something is happening to your lens profile. Maybe someone has tagged you or something is going on. These things are some things that are not accounted. Most applications now have notifications, push powers some of them. But usually, like 2 3 years back, there was no app that has had this on their launch or on their application for users to use. So that made like Web3 very isolated, in the sense like I have to go visit my Aave profile or Aave's dashboard every day to see what's my health factor or something. That's kind of a less UX, or not good UX for a user, because I have to visit every day and make sure my loan is good, or I have my ENS ready and it's not expiring any day soon. So those are the very compelling problems. That's when Push Team started, and we started as a hackathon in 2020. So we started building push notifications, which is a decentralized protocol. What it basically does is it lets any developer, any project in the blockchain space right now in EVM, they can simply plug on to push protocols notification system, and they can send notifications directly to the wallet addresses. So what that means is, let's say you have a bunch of loans on Aave, and Aave can easily send notifications to your wallet address. Uh, saying, your loan factor is this much, and you have to put in more collateral or something like that. And this is pretty much fully customizable. And that what that means is like no one has to stick to few types of notifications, or maybe like uh, go through a bunch of application to get started. Push is completely open, meaning you can even hop onto the Push website today and start using the tools available via the SDK, or even if you want to do things from a smart contract level, which is also possible. So it's not like you have to have a web 2 way of doing. For example, let's say if you don't have push notifications like from Push, you will probably need to set up your own server or something like that to listen to events in your smart contract and manually do some kind of an email or something to your user. But again, since we know that in Web3 we don't collect emails and stuff like that, we just know the wallet addresses. That's where push protocol comes into play. You can simply send any notification to a particular user or your users. You can do it via a bunch of ways. Few of them I'll be giving you the information as we proceed. But again, the notifications that you send via push protocol are gasless. There are gasless ways of doing it, and it's multi-chain, meaning that right now we are in 8 EVM chains. Means you can directly trigger a notification from your smart contract in that particular chain itself, or you're also free to just set up your whatever React or a Node.js server to trigger out those notifications based on some logic. Maybe it's like, maybe if you can say someone in Farcaster did something, you want to send notifications to someone, a wallet address, that is also possible. So I think that's how this product will be useful for dApp developers. And there has been many protocols that is using right now push notifications in terms of Uniswap and some big names in the market. They use push protocols notification service. um, I'll probably define how you can use and what are the intricacies in using it. Uh, Also, like few things we took into account while developing push notifications is that to make sure that there's there is some control for spam, and there is some way that the user can control what they receive and what they see in their notification feed, instead of just randomly some products send them a bunch of notifications, right? So that is also again like a UX problem, because what if you receive thousands of spam? Some protocols don't have spam protection, so it's like, what if I receive thousands spam notifications or something? That's going to be a headache. So we have also have spam control feature where the user chooses to receive what they want. So ideally, the way how it works right now is every dApp or every project, they create a channel in the push network, and once they have created the channel, they are free to set up the channel details, and now users can opt into the channel to receive the notifications. And in terms of, let's say, Aave, right? So Aave, I'm interested in only receiving the notifications about my loan health factor. So what Aave channel has done is, they have defined um, few things. For example, as you can see on my screen, there are like, uh, for thank you arb, you are seeing giveaway alerts and bunch of settings here. So this is what we call notification settings. So what you can be as a user, what you can do is you can select what notification you want from a particular channel. So that's like, I don't want any marketing notifications. I'm not interested in any such things. I just want a notification regarding my loan's health factor. You can pretty much enable that, and the channel will only be sending, you will be only receiving the notification that's in that particular category, and you will receive your notifications directly to your wallet. And and from that point, it's your choice to do whatever with it, and you can visit that app or do anything. So this is a very good feature that we implemented recently based on the um, uh, points feedback that we got from our partners, which were using our notification system, which is a great start. And then I'll tell you, there are for a user perspective, there are few ways how you can receive notifications. One being MetaMask snaps. You can just simply download our MetaMask snap. I'll quickly show you how it's done. Um, Yeah, let's see that side by side itself. So if you visit app.push snap, and from this page you can pretty much click this button, and you'll be prompted to click approval message in your MetaMask, and this snap will be added to your MetaMask. And from that point you will directly get all the notifications about a particular address in your MetaMask itself. That meaning you don't have to go to anywhere to receive your notifications. MetaMask, you'll get all your notifications there, and you can pretty much interact with whatever apps that's sending you notification. And that being there, you can also visit this our website or DApp to see all your notifications. Once you connect your wallet, you will be able to see all the notifications, and you can also go here and explore all the channels that are available in the push protocols network right now. And as you can see, like Lens protocol has a channel. If you subscribe to this, you will probably get notifications regarding your channel, your accounts, likes, and stuff like that. You can also choose what you want to receive from here. You can also do for some channels. Some channels have set up their settings, and yeah, that's how you receive a notification. And you'll also see your notifications here. If you don't, if you haven't installed your MetaMask snap, you can also see your notifications directly here itself. um, for sending notification, you have to create a channel, as I mentioned earlier. And once you create a channel, you will be able to send notifications directly from this dashboard itself. Or you can use the developer tools to do it in terms of SDKs. And if you want to trigger a notification directly from a smart contract, that is also possible. And push docs, this is the best page to get started. And as you can see, sending a notification is very simple. If you want to do it from a JS server or something, you just copy paste this and you are good to go. Send a notification to your users. um, and notifications being fully customizable, meaning that you can send a broadcast to every subscriber of your channel, or you can also specifically do a subset of people to send a notification to. And this can be very useful in term if maybe you have a community where you want to send notification only to a subset of people who have bought your NFT or something. That's also possible. So that's there. And I would suggest, just go visit this particular link, which is push protocol slash push.org/docs. And if you visit notifications, you have a very clear documentation. I would suggest you just visit this quick start, which gives you very quick way to get started. And yeah, you can integrate into your application. And as I was also mentioning, you can do a bunch of things from your smart contract. That is also possible. If you just navigate to tutorials under the docs of notifications, you'll find a bunch of tutorials where you can send a notification from your subgraph. Just click here, you will be having a full definition of how to do it via your subgraph. So these being some ways, there are a bunch of other ways as well to integrate notifications. I'll probably leave this link as well in the chat. Feel free to look into it. These will be very helpful if you want to integrate push protocols notification into your smart contract, into your React application, or your Node.js server. Um, and we also have a few other developer tools like which has everything defined. You just have to add your JS logic, and it works very good. And I would suggest to take a look at it. Yeah, so that's there. And also, if you don't want to spend more time building your UI parts, we also have UI components. This applies to all of the products from Push. Push Chat has UI components, which you can simply plug and play, and your app will now have Push Chat, and your app will now have push notifications into integrated seamlessly. So these will be some things that you will explore if you want to implement UI components. Now back to the presentation. I was here, right? So I think that's pretty much about notifications. And there are few more things that I might explain, but I think we might be running out of time. But feel free to take a look at push.org/docs, and under notification you'll find all the information that you might require. And now let's talk about chat. So chat is one of the interesting and exciting feature. I personally love it, in terms of what it has opened up as a dev. Whatever you can, it has opened up a lot of opportunities, and I've also built a bunch of things, that are like for fun, but it's really powerful, and you can do a bunch of stuff. Um, I'll talk about what we offer with Push Chat. So Push Chat is a decentralized chat solution. It's a system where you can enable wallet to wallet chat between your users in your app. Let's say you have a social media application or any application, you want to enable a wallet to wallet chat, and push protocol chat system would be the right fit for you. You can integrate push chat in less than 5 minutes with our SDK, and your app has now wallet native, Web3 way of texting, and and yeah, your users can just directly text with ENS names, wallet addresses, and yeah, that's the starting version. And the most exciting part that literally excites me is the group chat. And in group chat, you can have up to 100,000 members in a particular public group, which none other solutions have right now. In any, even in Web2 solutions, only like I think Telegram has it, and mostly even WhatsApp has a limit of what, 10-24 members in a group, and no other products have 100,000 members in a public group, which means, in Web3, it might be a common thing to have 50K people or 60K people in a community, because DAO might have many people like that, right? So you can simply now onboard all your people into one place, and now you can chat, and you have all the Web3 native features, like token gated custom gated and rules, where you can specify that. And since like developer DAO has a NFT that lets access to developer DAO Discord, you can define such rules in push protocols chat, group chats, where you can define one or two or any number of rules, uh, being it holding a 10 NFTs, or being it hold you have to hold some amount of tokens. You can define those rules, and then you can put it together. Then the user can only join if they satisfy their rules. That's there, which is a very interesting thing. Now you can probably say, like, just subscribe to my newsletter, you'll be able to access a chat, exclusive chat with me. Those are like some interesting use cases. And now you can say, you can build something like a pay to text app, where I'm an influencer. Say I'm an influencer. You can say, just pay $5 to text me, or 5 USDC to text me. That's pretty much possible, and it will take you very less amount in terms of integration. Um, so that's a very interesting feature. And apart from that, groups can be public as well as private. Private groups are encrypted, uh, meaning that only the people that are involved in the conversation might be able to see it. So those things we took care of in terms of security, everything. We have taken account on that as well. And we also have some integrations which use push group chats and chats. I'll talk about it. So yeah, those are some Web3 native use cases. I really loved when push chat launched, and I kind of like built some really crazy things which are like simple but really fun, useful for Web3 degens, so yeah, so the use cases is very high. You can build anything. You can ask us if you need a specific feature, we look into it. So yeah. What's
Before you move on, just a quick question on the
yeah.
chat. Uh, does it cost money for a user to post a message?
Yeah, so I should have mentioned this. At this point, even push notifications is free of charge for users. Only the channel owners will be staking some amount of push tokens to create their channel. And for push chat, it's completely free. It doesn't charge you or cost you anything to get started or use. No matter like whoever you are, you can integrate our chat systems, and it's free to use. Very good
Gotcha,
question.
gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, this was something that I mentioned. You can define these rules. Then your users can only join this group only if they satisfy these particular conditions. And you can also mention some rules, like Guild, uh, the platform for communities, right? You can also mention those rules where you have to have that particular role in guild, then only you can join this group. That's pretty much possible. So yeah, these are there, these are very powerful, and I personally, this is my favorite feature in push chat. So yeah. And one of the important partners, I think the image is not loading here. Yeah, it's here. So recently, Unstoppable integrated push group chats into their messaging product, where now any user in their particular product can create groups, maybe like a domain gated groups, for example, dot X holders or dot pudgy holders, and they've been experimenting. I think they've almost now like 15,000 groups. I might be wrong in terms of the number, but they, I think last time when I saw it was like some 15,000 groups from Unstoppable side. You know, a bunch of NFT degens, a lot of people. Um, so that's a great, really great example of how you can use push protocols, powerful chat systems. So moving on, this is the most favorite feature of mine, um, push video. This is the decentralized version. So when I spoke about push being the communication middleware, and this is where what I was meaning, you have chat, which is the basic requirement, you know, for people to communicate within your apps. And now you also have video solutions where you can enable wallet to wallet calls. Let's say I can call uh, a, let's say Vitalik.eth. So you can pretty much call any Web3 EVM address, and nothing else is required. Everything's like, you know, purely Web3 standards. You just call. That's how it works. And this is a very interesting feature because I kind of like went wrong into building stuff like, you know, building some Omegle, some phone app where you just like have an app on your mobile and you type in a ENS name, and you just make a call and then they receive it and you talk about it. It's just like having a normal call apps, but you can, it's fully Web3, and you just don't have to input your mobile numbers or give up some private data. Now it's just like directly calling your wallet. So that was very interesting for me. And you can today integrate push video. I'll be showing how. It's very easy. Trust me when I say this. It hardly takes you 5 minutes to plug in the SDK, and you know you'd be good to go. So the last, we also have push spaces, which I have not mentioned here, but you can still integrate push spaces, which is the audio spaces, uh, audio spaces equivalent to Twitter spaces, where you can let people join with their wallet addresses. Again, why is it powerful? It's powerful because you all have all access to Web3 native features like, you know, NFT gating, token gating, guild gating. You have access to all these stuff. So now you can say who can join my space. It can be an exclusive space like that. So that's a very important feature as well. So you can also build using push spaces right now. I'll be dropping the links as well. So yeah, that's about the product right now. These are the products available out, people know about it, and this is something that we are about to launch in the Q3 of this year, which is the push network launch. It would be a proof of stake network where push nodes can be run by community, and they contribute to the community, and they have will have some incentive mechanism going there to make sure that their work is, you know, incentivized. And basically now this part will be where push organization will be decentralizing its efforts. Right now the nodes are run by the push foundation, uh, but moving forward into push POS launch, it will become like a way where the community will be able to take you know take this up, and they can run their nodes, and they will be validating all the notifications, their chats, everything that comes to the network, and they'll be a core part of the push protocols ecosystem of projects using push notifications, chat, and video. And I'm not diving deep into this particular product, but this is something that's exciting, launching very soon. I think we also had some alpha access NFT, which lets you, get access to these nodes as soon as they are launched. But yeah, feel free to take a look at our Twitter where we are updating all those details. Yeah, as I mentioned previously, these are some of the numbers. Um, since we launched 80 million notifications, to 27,000 subscribers, and a bunch of integrations, including top protocols like Uniswap and some other Aave, and some of these protocols use push protocol today. Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's about it. That's what I exactly wanted to talk about before doing a really run on how to implement and how you can get started today. So I'll just quickly show you how you can get started with push protocol. So right now, when you visit the app, you can see in the box where you will receive notification. As I previously mentioned, you also have access to spam box, which is like the notification that you're receiving even without opting in. So these will land up here, so you don't have to just be reading all those unnecessary notifications in your inbox. That's there. And channel, we spoke about it. And chat is, you can chat with any Web3 wallet. You just connect your wallet, and then you should be good to go. You can text any Web3 domain, unstoppable domains, ENS names, anything you can do. Um, you can pretty much chat with anyone, and this is just for the user's point of view I'm talking about. And yeah, oh, alpha. Okay, so push chat also supports frames that you had built with Farcast is now live. I think we never announced this, but I think this will be where we launch this. Exciting.
Alpha, alpha only on DevNTell. There you go.
Yeah. So, for example, being able to send funds directly from your chat. Yes, I'll take it any day. You can put this link, your payment link on, your group chat. Let people pay you. I'll take it. So yeah, those are the things that are really exciting. I think we'll be launching this very soon. As again, spam is a very important feature that we have. It will land up in your request. You have to approve it. Only then you can you'll be able to text with them. So those are the primary things that we have. And as far as snaps, I mentioned you have to go here and then you can just install your snap from here. So this is the user's perspective. If you're a dev, I will show you how you can get started. This is the best place. Push.org/docs is the best place to get started with push. And I should mention we also have a grants running. I think it runs from last year, and we have an allocation of up to $1 million in terms of offering to people, to projects. Right now, there are few projects that are working with us in terms of integrating and using push protocols products, chats, video notifications. And if you're someone that's building an app, feel free to check it out. I think every app will need notification chat systems at any point of time. So feel free to check it out. I'll be happy to maybe help you even more. If you can text me or DM me, I would be happy to.
Sudesh, we have a question around how spam is detected. Could you perhaps briefly touch on that
Yeah.
before we move on? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of spam, let me just go. So in terms of spam and notifications, the way how you detect is like, the user has to subscribe to a channel, and every notification that comes from that channel is put in the inbox, and we don't consider them as spams. But since your wallet address is public, anyone can send you notification, right? So that ultimately lands up in spam. That's how you can still go to spam tab and then just see those notifications. If you think those are something that you want to receive, you can accept it. That's how spam works in notifications aspect. And in chat, the spam control, the way how it's done is like every chat will land up in your request tab only, and the only chat that you want to text will land up in when you have to accept it. I'll quickly show you. So if you have seen here, I have accepted all my chats, all my requests that have landed. So all of them are here. But tomorrow, let's say some guy is texting me right directly to my wallet address. But even you can text me directly from this, just copy pasting this wallet address, and I'll be receiving it as a request. Then you'll be given a way to accept it or decline it. So once you decline, they won't be able to send you messages anymore. That's how it's worked. They've kept it like very simple so that we don't want to complicate stuff. So that's how spam detection works right now. All the accepted chats lands up in this particular tab. Hope I answered your question.
Yeah, great question. Great question. Yes.
Very good question. Awesome. Awesome. So we were talking about the docs. Yeah. So so the best part about the docs is like, it gives you a way to just get started in less than 2 minutes. And even if you want to start with integrating a chat into your application, it hardly takes, it's going to take you very less amount of time to get started. We took a look at notifications. You can see chat, video, and there are some example apps as well, and some hacker guides, a lot of other stuff that you should take a look at. So I'm gonna go to push chat. So you can see in the quick start section, you can see what all the libraries that you need, and you can simply copy paste these codes. So the most important thing is like we use something called push profiles, and that's how we decrypt, encrypt stuff, and do a bunch of things in the back end, um, abstracting everything from the user. You just have to initialize the user, and the user will be asked to sign a message. That's how they get access to that particular account, and that from that point they can text and they can receive all the chats directly. And you can see pretty much these are code snippets. I don't have to even explain. These are like pretty much self. You can just go ahead and then do it. And the important thing that I wanted to talk about is, so the idea about push chat being is like, you can pretty much do almost everything that you would do in a normal web2 chat. For example, like sending text, images, files, media embed, reactions, and also you can also pass in some custom messages. For example, if your app requires some kind of custom way to do a bunch of things. For example, let's say you have an app, and every time someone sends a message using your app, you want to have some extra metadata. You can also add those things into your app, so you can read it when you receive it. So those things are there, and we have ready-made UI components. I think this is the best part. So you just can go visit here, and you can just you can try it from here itself. We have a live playground. You can, I think there's some problem here. Let's listen this part. Yeah. Okay, there is some problem over here, but ideally it should work. So the way how it works is, this is the code that you need to get started with the chat support bot. If you want to integrate a push chat, this is the code that you would need. Just few lines of code, that's it. Like as I mentioned, like it hardly takes you like 7 to 8 lines to have a fully functioning web3 chat in your particular application. Yeah, that's powerful enough to get started. And you will be seeing some kind of an UI like this, where if it's a group chat, the user will be prompted to verify their access, and then get started in texting, and those things that we saw here as well, right? These are pretty simple. This is how it will look like. You can text here once you have access to that particular group. If it's a private group, you have to verify access, and those things are also handled there. So just copy paste this code, and your app now has fully functioning web3 native chat solution. And there's a bunch of things that you can do. You can see all these components. Feel free to take a look. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, you have access to all these components. And if you just want to have frames into your chat app, you just need to just implement chat view bubble, and your app has a fully functioning frames into your chat application. So everything is simplified here. You don't have to do it anything from scratch. So yeah, that's there. And yeah, I think pretty much that's about it. That's something that I would suggest. And if you want to try chat and video before using it, this is the way. Just go to this link, and I think not that. Okay, I'll show you. It's not here. Yeah, got it. So this demo app lets you do everything that you can do with the SDK, and I would suggest you go here once and try out a few things before you get started, so you get an idea about what's there and what are the methods available and everything. As a developer, this can be very helpful, and the link is React. Maybe I can drop it somewhere. Let me just drop it in the comments, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And then we'll have that also available in the YouTube description as well, so folks can
Yeah,
play around. Yeah.
yeah. Give me a minute.
I guess while we wait for that, what's the best place for people to reach out if they need help um, while they're doing their integrations or playing around? There's quite a nice treasure trove of content on those docs, which again we will share on the YouTube description there. But in terms of like support, what's the best place for people to be able to get it?
I'll suggest like you can join our Discord. You'll find the Discord links on the website.
Yeah,
That would be the best place if you want to ask questions. There's a channel called Dev Chat, and where I'll be active mostly, and we will have some community members actively contributing to the project. So I think that's the best place to get started. And if you have some doubts, and if you still need any more help, just feel free to ping me. I will be. You'll be. I can drop my Twitter. It's 0x Sidesh. Feel free to DM me, or if you find me on Discord as well, just DM me. I'll be happy to help you and get you going. So yeah, that would be the best place.
awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and unfortunately that brings us to time here, but really appreciate you taking the time, Sudesh. This was very informative, very interesting. There's some things in here that I didn't even realize Push was able to do, like the video and the group chats, which is really cool. And looking forward to people in DD playing around with that and coming up with some cool projects, either in their next hack or weekend project.
Yeah. So like 2 minutes before we close.
Yeah,
So I didn't really go into this push video stuff, but it's the simplest, and I think we have a CLI for getting started. I think I'll drop the probably the links later, or maybe I think I'll just drop the links later.
sure.
But again, if you want to get started with push video, the best place is again docs, and
Yeah,
that's a quick start session, and everything is defined. And in less than 5 minutes, I can guarantee you can have a fully functioning wallet to wallet video chat. I'm confident with that because I've done this a bunch of times. So it's gonna take
awesome.
you like yeah.
Awesome. Let's see those Web3 Zoom apps, folks. uh, but yeah, that's excellent. And like I mentioned before, all those resources that Sudesh has shared will be available for you to browse around if you click in the YouTube description, as well as I've dropped them in the comments as well. But before everybody leaves, I'd like to share the QR code for those of you who stuck around till the end for you to claim your DevNTell attendee NFT for being in attendance today on DevNTell. So what you'll want to do is scan this QR code and fill out the form, and you'll be airdropped a NFT for being an attendee on DevNTell today on the base network within a couple of days. So you'll have about an hour and a half from now to be able to claim the NFT before the form closes. So definitely get on that. And I just want to wish everybody a very happy Friday, happy weekend. Thank you again, Sudesh. Really appreciate you taking the time. And that will catch all of you back here next week for another episode of DevNTell.
Thank you guys, and thank you. Now it's been a wonderful event, and have a great weekend, guys. Bye bye.
Yeah, likewise. All right, all. Have a good one. Bye.